You open the tub, you scoop the powder, you mix it in, and drink it. Millions of people do this every single day, but almost none of them know what actually happens inside their body in the next 60 minutes and the next 6 weeks. It starts not in your muscles, it starts in your cells. Your body runs on a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Think of it as the currency your cells spend every time they do anything. Contract a muscle, send a nerve signal, build tissue. When ATP runs out, the engine stalls. The problem is your cells can only store enough ATP for about 2 to 3 seconds of maximum effort. So your body needs a way to reload it, fast. That is exactly what creatine does. Creatine is not a drug. Your body already makes it, in your liver and kidneys, from 3 amino acids. Your muscles store it as phosphocreatine, and phosphocreatine does one job. It donates a phosphate group to a spent ATP molecule and instantly brings it back to life. In 1992, researchers Roger Harris and Eric Holtman published a landmark study in Clinical Science showing that supplementing with creatine monohydrate for just 5 days significantly elevated phosphocreatine stores in skeletal muscle. The tanks got bigger. The reload happened faster. When you take creatine powder, your gut absorbs it into the bloodstream. Muscle cells pull it in through specialized transporters. An enzyme called creatine kinase converts it into phosphocreatine. You now hold more reserve fuel than your body could store on its own. In the first week, you may gain 1 to 3 kilograms. Not fat, not muscle, water. Creatine pulls water into muscle cells through osmosis. That cell swelling may actually trigger growth signals on its own. Your body reads the hydration as a cue to adapt. Now protein powder is doing something completely different. Your muscles are built from 2 proteins, actin and myosin. When they slide past each other, your muscle contracts. But muscle tissue is expensive to maintain, so your body runs a constant cycle of breakdown and rebuilding called muscle protein turnover. Training disrupts this balance. Lifting creates microtears in muscle fibers. Satellite cells activate. But the actual rebuilding requires raw materials. Those materials are amino acids. Protein powder is a delivery vehicle for amino acids. Whey protein, derived from milk, contains all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot make on its own. Among them, leucine acts as a molecular trigger. Researcher Stuart Phillips at McMaster University showed that leucine activates mTORC1, a master switch that signals your cell's ribosomes to start building new muscle proteins. Around 20 to 40 grams of protein, delivering roughly 2 to 3 grams of leucine, is enough to maximally stimulate this response. After you drink a shake, your stomach breaks the whey into peptides. Your small intestine breaks those into individual amino acids and absorbs them into the bloodstream. Peak amino acid levels appear about 60 to 90 minutes later. Muscle cells then pull those amino acids in, and ribosomes assemble them into new structural proteins, chain by chain. This rebuilding continues for up to 48 hours after your session. Now put both together. Creatine expands your capacity for high-intensity work. More reps, more volume, a stronger training signal. Protein supplies the raw material to answer that signal. A 2001 meta-analysis by Volek and colleagues found that subjects supplementing with creatine showed significantly greater gains in lean mass and strength than placebo groups following identical training. One amplifies the stimulus, the other builds the response. A few things worth knowing. Creatine monohydrate, the original, cheapest, most studied form, is still the most effective. No fancier version has consistently beaten it in controlled trials. 3 to 5 grams daily will saturate your muscles in 3 to 4 weeks. For protein, research points to 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day for people doing resistance training. Your muscles are not growing during the workout. They are being broken down. Growth happens after. In the quiet hours of rest and sleep, your body runs the maintenance work no one sees. The gym is just the signal. The protein is the material. The creatine is the amplifier. You open the tub, you scoop the powder, you mix it in and drink it. Now you know exactly what happens next. I'm really curious to know how many of my viewers go to gym. Do you take creatine and protein powder? Let me know in the comments.